It's Quentin Rashad. You are watching WZMB 91.3 Greenville, NC. Make sure you subscribe.
This is none other than Mimi B. We're on WZMB 91.3, and as promised, we've got this great independent artist. We got Mr. Quentin Rashad. Quentin, what kind of music do you make? Is it more like twerking music? Is it more soul music? Like, let the people know.
I call it cosmic rhythm and bass. So it's really like I'm kind of trying to set my own lane. So it's like a lot of bass, with with a love feel, and you pretty much can twerk anything. I've seen somebody twerk to Michael Jackson. So.
Oh my God!
Yeah, so, you can twerk too if you want to.
You'll have to show me the video on the break. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So with being an independent artist, like, what do you think is the best thing about it, and possibly like maybe the not best thing about it, the struggle type of thing?
The only best thing not about it is like the marketing. You got to do it yourself. But to me, like, we have so many outlets now that there's no excuse. I think we're in the era now where you can just do everything for yourself, by yourself. And I'm not trying to get signed. I'm just trying to, like, I'll do some deals with labels as far as like 1 or 2 songs with people. But the best thing about the whole thing is your masters and publishing. If you know what that is, Google it. But definitely you can keep your own material, man. And this is your creative thing. Like Prince showed us how to do it. Keep it to yourself,
He
man.
owned so much of his own music.
Yeah, and then he locked it up. So he definitely teach me to lock mine up. So yeah.
So you definitely aren't interested in doing like anything with a label. You're more on like the independent side.
I will be like a work for hire. Like if a label really wanted to talk to me, I come there. We'll do like a 1 or 2 song deal. But I'm actually trying to build a label. It's called Mind Bending Genius Music. I'm one of the artists, and I have my brothers named Mike and King. They're both on it, but I'm not trying to get signed. I mean, Atlanta Records even hit me up. I just was like, nah, like if y'all not trying to just get a beat and we go forward, but I feel like we need to control ourselves. Even if it takes you 40 years, man, like this is your music. Music lives on, so stick to that. Like, don't get signed,
I definitely feel that. FUBU, for us, by us.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Stick to that.
Like, you gotta control a lot of these rights, because they do have like the 360 deals where the artist really isn't making a lot of money.
No.
Like they have it with publishing also as well for artists, for authors. But you may be everywhere, be even touring, doing shows on all different television shows and stuff, and you're not really getting to keep a lot of your money. So I think that's really powerful that you figured that out. And you want to kind of work for yourself type of thing.
I grew up in a self. My mom owned a daycare, so I grew up in a business like that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing with music. I mean, I'm 28. It's taken a while, but so far everything's been looking good, and I'm gonna stick this. I'm gonna stick it.
I definitely can see that you have a lot of passion and you love what you do.
Yeah.
So how did you kind of get into the whole music game?
My mom was a gospel singer. So I grew up in the studio, and then her and my dad was wedding singers, so I just was around it so much.
Wow.
And I mean, really from church, from Mount Zion Christian Church, I grew up there, and I just really, it was always in me from birth, but I just wanted to keep going with it. And then I met this guy named Shaka. He pretty much showed me the business aspect of it, the publishing aspect, and that's when I figured out, like, oh, I'm not about to get signed. I can keep all this money for myself.
So as being an independent artist, I know sometimes, for example, like Red Cup Nation, like they have their own venues, and so they kind of own those venues, and they own some radio stations, so they kind of put their artists in there.
That's smart, though.
So how do you kind of find venues to perform at and ways to get your music played and your music out there?
The key to it is like I found y'all, it's emailing, man. Just Google, and the internet is the answer. You feel me? Like
it is, as long as you know how to use it. Like you really can use it for a lot of self-promotion.
And plus, when you perform, somebody just put me like email. Somebody suggested me to different people, so they'll like hit me up. Like I got some booking stuff in New York City. So I'm definitely about to be doing NYC all this summer, and that was just from a friend of mine who like really heard the music. So it's all kind of fake, but definitely email people. Email them 35,000 times. So.
That networking, definitely. You're your biggest advocate.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna go to a great song by you that I really love, Red Wine Melody by Quentin Rashad. We're gonna listen to this together, and then he's gonna tell us a little bit more behind this song, and then we're gonna get more into what inspires you.
Yes.
I know you've been talking about good vibes. You think everything happens for a reason, so we're gonna get more into your thought process and all of that. Type in Quentin Rashad, Red Wine Melody, and it comes right up with the official video. And they can also check out other videos that you have too.
I got like 4 videos, I think, up there.
So what was it like filming this?
Red Wine?
Yeah.
It was random. I was with my boy, KQ Films, and we're just in the car. Like, I kept asking him, like, yo, what are we gonna do? What's the treatment? He was like, get out the car and run. And like he's literally like, like everybody was with me in the car, like you need to run. So I'm just running through downtown. But I like it because it's called Red Wine Melody, so it's kind of like I'm chasing it. So he just literally, and she at the Bank of America, we was just literally running. And it was no planning, it was all just, like you said, good vibrations. We was just like downtown. But Charlotte is so beautiful that you can just shoot anywhere. So I just hopped out the car, we was just running. He would get like different shots like that.
Yeah, I love it. Like it's so simple, but like really dynamic at the same time.
Yeah.
And I love the filters that he used on the lens. Also, this is a dope video. You guys definitely have to check it out. Again, go to YouTube or you can Google this as well and just type in Quentin Rashad Red Wine Melody.
Yeah.
So as far as like writing this song, how long did it take you, and what were you thinking of when you were writing it?
You know what's crazy? I actually wrote this song when I was like 20 with my friend. He was playing the guitar. Then I came back at 28 and I added a beat to it. But to be honest, man, it was just like about, I wanted to really compare how wine and love and, process. Cause even in the Bible, Jesus really compares a lot of like parables with wine and the skins and stuff. So I just kind of wanted to have like the melody of chasing a female that's as beautiful and as like soft as wine, so.
Wow, I love that. So do you feel like a lot of your music has kind of love undertones, romantic undertones?
All of them are. I never like, all my music is like directed to like one person. So like, I always try to I want the audience to feel like, which it is about you, whoever's listening to this is about you. But it's definitely about like, it's a session. It's like going to the, what do you call it, the psych, going to counseling. So it's a counseling.
Yeah, it's like your therapy. I definitely get that. Like whenever there's an artist that says like, talks about their passion or what they do, it's definitely like getting your emotions out there. So once you kind of lay a track down, do you feel like you leave those emotions in the past, or is it kind of every time you hear Red Wine, you kind of get the feels?
So I feel like you just put it out in the universe. And it's just asking for forgiveness of, even if it's a bad situation, a good situation, you put it out there. So it never really ends. I mean, it's a part of you. It's the creation of you. So you got to learn to love it and appreciate it and evolve just from that.
Definitely love that and can completely understand where you're coming from with that. I mean, like energy, it can't be destroyed.
Exactly.
Like it just keeps on going. And at least you got something positive out of situations that come about like that.
And a hard beat.
Yeah, the beat was definitely fun. So with your beats and everything, do you usually like find other independent producers, or do you sometimes produce the majority of your own beats?
Oh, no, I produce and write all of my stuff.
Love that.
Yeah, I had to teach myself, so I'm definitely putting it to work. So no, I will work with other producers, but like I haven't really found anybody. The only person I really want to work with is he's really famous, XXYYXX.
Okay.
He's really good.
I've actually heard like of some dope beats.
He's really good.
I'll have to definitely giving you the information for another group that I interviewed like a couple weeks back of Voodoo Music, but they actually do a lot of production as well. So I'm sure y'all would like link up and enjoy each other. As far as like whenever you do collaborations and features and things like that, how do you decide on those?
Really, man, it's the feeling of the song. Like me and Tay got a song. And it was just, me and Tay just made good music in general, but it's really like relationships. Like I got a song with Von Dupree, Jazz, I produced some of Jazz and Tasha stuff. I have a song with a lot of people. Me and this guy named Defecto, we actually about to be in the studio tomorrow, but a lot of time my collaboration will be like mainly just me producing them. But when it comes to doing feature tracks, like I got a track right now with this guy named Rome Jeter called The Shack. It was just, it's all fate, it just randomly happens. Like, I don't feel like you can plan like that type of greatness. It just has to happen,
Yeah, definitely. Like you just end up meshing well with different artists along the way, and every connection leads to like 3 more. Always trying to tell people that whenever they are trying to be up and comers and stuff, like you're expanding your network, you're building your network with every person you meet, and keep on getting better. So what's something that I know you said you started out in the church. When did your transition kind of happen to more like secular music?
You know what? It really happened once. Nobody in the church would teach me how to make beats.
Oh my God.
It wasn't nothing personal, but I started hanging with other people. But to me, I don't believe in like the secular and the gospel. I feel like the gospel is just the truth. Like music is music. Like I don't really think God is like, oh, this is not, no. If it's about what you've been through, even if you read the Bible, there's a lot of stuff that happened that like, people killed people. So I mean, it's really just you talking about your experience, and I think you have to stick to that type of gospel. So, I mean, I really just write about what I've been through or what I see people go through. So, yeah.
That's definitely dope. I think a great artist that also is kind of doing that and bringing more of the gospel, as you said, into the mainstream is Chance the Rapper.
Yeah, he
like,
is.
In this new tape he had, there's a lot of like gospel and religious undertones. But at the same time, it's, you know, music that anybody can vibe to.
Exactly.
So I feel like there's kind of a marriage that's growing between secular and like religious music.
Yeah.
Especially with Kirk Franklin being featured on
with Kanye. That was crazy.
Featured on Chance, like it's crazy. What did you think about that when you heard that?
I mean, you know, a lot of people was judgmental, but I feel like this, man. Like Kirk Franklin didn't take away from what he do, and at the end of the day, man, like however God places you, you got to go there, and you can't think twice about it. Before, first off, it already happened in time. Everything we're doing right now has already happened. So it happened. You just got to accept it. Kirk Franklin accepted it, and it was actually a pretty good track. It was.
I love Ultralight Beam.
Yeah.
We actually got to play a little bit of that.
Yeah.
It's long, so we gonna play a little bit.
But Kirk Franklin part was very. And I like how Kirk just kept it. Kirk Franklin, he was talking about what he believed in Jesus, and I think like, yo, that was good.
Yeah, and like my thing is you can always hit a broader audience.
Yeah.
So like if you're a person who has like religious music and you go to a bar, you're gonna hit people that you never would have.
Yeah.
Same with if you're someone who always performs in a bar and you perform in the church.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how did Kanye and Kirk, like how did he?
I don't know, like even with some of Chance's features, like some of the people that were featured on there, I could never see him working with.
I was
I was shocked.
Yeah.
Like, but it just all worked, and like you said, like I think all these collaborations kind of happen for a reason.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to see these new things happening in music. What's been some of like the great things that you've seen lately in music?
I actually like Drake's last album. A lot of people was upset about it, but I feel like Drake is. He just was. He went different. He kept the subject the same, but the beats was different. Definitely J. Cole did a really good job, and Beyonce Lemonade was interesting.
It was. I like that she had the spoken word. I'm a huge spoken word fan, so I was biased already from the get. Yeah. But like, I thought it was cool that she had like a different type of message of revolution behind her music.
She's expressing how she feels.
Yeah. And what's something? I know you said you have a lot of love undertones, but with Quentin Rashad, like with your music, do you feel like you have like some revolutionary undertones, or what's some messages that you kind of try to get to the people?
Literally, man, I just told my people this. I'm trying to replace medicine with my music. So I just think it's at a point where like, you just need to feel good about yourself, and my music is going to make you do that. And it's not necessarily about me trying to sell it. It's like we're at the age now where you can just listen to music for free. So I'm like, you know what? As long as you listen to this and you say, hey, I feel good about myself, I think that's the key to like creating music, is making sure that the mass know that they can do anything, like in a positive aspect. So make them feel good, yeah.
So it's like trying to empower the people.
Yeah.
The FUBU music.
Yeah, exactly.
For us, okay. So this is I Understand, EYE. Keep the good vibes going. Yes. Still here in the studio with Quentin Rashad. And before we wrap it up, I want to just talk about that bomb track that we just listened to.
Yes.
So you said you're planning on dropping it on SoundCloud?
No, I'm going to drop it. I wanted to like, introduce it to y'all first. I'm dropping it on SoundCloud. It's for a project I have called the number 4 Indication. So that song is called EYE Understand. It's pretty much saying that eyes understand, so I definitely wanted to like, it got a really crazy bass in it, so the beat, I mean, of course I had to make the beat crazy. Yeah.
It's just something you could vibe to in your car, but I can still see it kind of played in the club as well.
Yes.
So I'm excited to see how it does, and we'll definitely promote it too.
Yeah, appreciate it, yeah. Spin it.
Yeah, for sure. And thank you so much for coming on the show today.
For sure.
Again, like, Quentin Rashad got the government name, so it should not be hard to follow my man. It should not be hard to follow him at all. And you have Instagram, SoundCloud,
everything Quentin Rashad.
Twitter,
Quentin Rashad.
Facebook,
Quentin Rashad. It doesn't stop.
YouTube.
Quentin Rashad.
All right, you guys get the picture. So definitely tune in. Definitely support this independent artist. Produces his own music, writes his own lyrics. I mean, it's nothing but love. The FUBU got it for us, by us. Definitely a friend of Good Vibrations Radio Show. And DJ Mimi B will definitely be spinning your records. Definitely love the music. And let me know if you ever want to come back on, introduce us to some new tracks.
Let
us know what's coming on.
Let me know when you want to come back. I'm down.
All right, definitely. We're gonna have to do that. But we got the sports show coming up next. So you guys stay tuned. This is WZMB 91.3, Disturbing the Mainstream.
Peace out. Woo, that was dope.
Yay.